4 to 5 days, a little over 4 days from now, it'll all be set up. They want to make it a shock and awe
Yeah.
situation. And they're loading up these trucks. It's like they're in a tunnel when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Um, there's a group of Serpoians that are really, really keeping an eye on everything.
Good.
It's collected information for the Alliance of Life, but for the Alliance, but excuse me, it doesn't help us any. And I just got not necessary. You have what you need. That was actually from a high-ranking Sepoian individual. The ETs, they understand telepathy and stuff and spirit so well. They don't understand what you and I and the rest of our group understand because we've been able to see through it. I go to look at it and I share it with you all while I'm doing it, but we also talk about it. So and it all is simple, makes sense. But that's why when we go to ships, go to sleep and we astral project out the ships and stuff, they see us. They see us, and it's like a soft alarm goes off, which I'm being given the word, literally saying intervention, which means that we're in their area and it wasn't expected. And then they can look and they can see us there.
And push us away if they want to.
Yeah. It never comes to that. They talk to the people, whoever's visiting, and say, you need to leave now. Deanna's been there a few times. Usually they like our company. They know who we are. But when it's someone they don't want, yes. They definitely have their means to they create an energy field that makes the spirit uncomfortable. So I was looking into that, and I saw the Sepoian crafts are almost always circular. And then that got his attention, and he just talked directly for a second. He's back at work. All I know for a fact is that I'm just getting slower and slower and closer to doing my thing, to my freedom. I'm going to wind up back in my lazy boy in a minute. But I've noticed, unless I have to talk, so Lily needs to pump me up, and Gaia helps her, especially with my brain to communicate, which you can tell I still can't do well, but at least it's happening to some extent,
Yeah.
I'm just so close to the final shutdown. It's stupid. not to be there yet. I'm so close to getting out of here. It's like if I just had the immediate means, but I believe they didn't interfere and insist that it happens as it is now.
It's like the Super Bowl is coming and the pre-match show or is happening on TV.
Yeah.
They're making a big build-up. Every year it gets longer and longer. So we're watching it
Yeah.
and getting bored with it. But,
I hear stuff and I'll look at YouTube and just check a couple things, and I like to watch the railroad, the trains, because they represent strong. I can feel the power in them when they move. The diesel engines are strong, but the electrical motors that the diesel engines create the power for, and then the more, sometimes one time there was 17 locomotives, engines on one train.
Wow.
It was a huge. These things are over 2 miles long. I'm like, what? And they have to put them every so far to take the tension off the connectors, but also to keep. If there's too much power in the front, you just yank it. If the connectors could be kept from breaking, it's still pulling it, twisting them, making them go off rail. Because it's so long. You go around a long curve this way, long curve that way, and you're yanking it. It just tends to want to go straight. There ends the vast expanse of my train knowledge.
I'm watching a lot of yacht videos, captains of yachts explaining life on board and that kind of thing. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's something that you're not readily familiar with yet, but soon it's going to be, you'll be popping aboard and say, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
You'll already know what's coming and
pre-familiarization, that's the idea.
Yeah, becoming accustomed to what it's like, and they have such strong stabilizers, plus the ETs on these boats, they have their own, they can create their own gravitational fields, so if it gets too choppy, they can just rise up out of the water.
Wow.
I seen me a boat flying the other day. It was like a flying saucer, but it was a boat. And I'm telling you, that sucker was not touching the water. Oh, you don't know what you saw. Okay. You had a couple beers. You couldn't see good. You thought a boat was in the air. I'm telling you, I seen it.
I now know how to set the trim on a speedboat so it doesn't get too bouncy.
Yeah.
Porpoising, I think they call it.
Yeah, it's kind of neat stuff, really. I had a boat when I was a kid. It was just a regular runabout ski boat. Long time ago, Flintstone era.
Here's a Tim question that no one else will find useful, but there's no such thing as perfect. It doesn't correspond to anything outside a maths textbook. It's fine within a maths textbook as a perfect sphere, whatever, but it doesn't actually apply to anything. Can the same be said of infinity? Is there anything that is actually infinite?
That the truth behind that is eternal itself. Everything changes, and essentially, we are eternal beings. We're energy.
Okay.
However, people screw up. I destroy energy.
So infinite in duration, but not infinite in extent. So spatially not infinite, but it does carry on forever. So in that sense, it's infinite.
And that's without anything else being made and happening to come together in creation.
Yeah.
That would put an end to it. But there's this wall, and it's MSB, mega son of a bitch, and that's me. And there's never been anything like what I've become.
Mm.
So, and I can't tell you, I can't explain or describe, but when we're spirit, we have abilities that people don't understand. It's like, how fast is lightning?
Mm.
Well, how fast would lightning be or electricity be if it didn't need anything to go through, like a physical line?
Yes.
Sometimes atmosphere can slow down lightning. If you're in
Mm.
space, I mean, that's fast stuff.
Mm.
Um, that's how fast we can move. But yet, it's like when I go to, sometimes stuff will would try to hide from me as I was, taking out the original first being halves and everything else. But they get behind other energy and dampen their signature to hide.
Mm.
They couldn't go away. They couldn't leave to go. They couldn't run away. They just
Mm.
run behind something and hide.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fully. I don't know how to represent that thought process properly, but I don't know if it's because of my energy. My field is everywhere, especially wherever I point it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't explain, but there's something about the actual, I almost want to say, physical condition of metaphysical energy that I just can't describe it. But the reason why I'm saying this is somehow I understand. It's like Lily's saying right now, nothing can hide from what we want to see. Nothing
Mm.
anywhere. Once I'm free, I
Mm.
can't see
Mm.
much of anything right now. But in our normal state, anything else that exists anywhere that we're able to see it, or at least to the best of our knowledge. And Lily's just shaking her head. No, she's saying everywhere,
Mm.
everywhere and anywhere. It's an energy thing. I'm sorry, I
No, no, it's really
can't
helpful. Thank you.
expound on that. Lily said, use the word expound. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
It's all good news then. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and if there was something else, I mean, there's no way. It's almost like creation is in one room,
Yeah.
and there's only some skinny chairs to sit on. You can see everywhere. There's not a couch well, there's small couches to hide behind, but usually you have to use the energy signatures of others to try to hide. So there really is nothing else. But if something were to come into being, there's no way it would start forming without my being completely aware of it.
Mm. Mm.
And as it's come together, I'm right there making any changes I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken most of the heavy particulate matter there is. I'll finish when I get out of here and on myself again, and locking it up and putting it away.
How does
It's
that
already in
form?
another dimension, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Is there a mechanism by which heavy particulate matter comes together and forms? So it, or
Well,
what was it before?
it's that of the minimum five energies that are necessary to create ascension energy or spirit.
Hmm.
The largest of them, the biggest, the highest percentage of energy that it takes is this form of electromagnetic,
Hmm.
and heavy particulate matter is magnetic.
Where does it come from?
It was always there, is all I can tell you. That's the
Okay.
best I can. What came before the original first one? There was energy fields, and I can see that. I can go back in time and explain certain things,
Hmm.
but only to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Lily said there's no way for the physical brain. The physical brain doesn't have the faculties to understand anything further than that. And she said, I have enough to deal with anyway.
So once you're free, you might be able to access that information.
Yeah, but it won't be. It won't have any purpose for us when we're in a body. So I have another question.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
everyone's got so much stuff to deal with. It's
It's
not
just that
pertinent. It's not pertinent. It's not relative to
it's the very
anything
yeah
that could
yeah
happen in a physical body, and the
yes.
limitations of the physical brain would not allow it anyway.
The only reason I ask is because the very first question, the very first
Oh yeah,
question that
I've
a
always known
Buddhist
that.
asked.
People say, "Well, what was before that?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and people said, "You think you're so smart, really?" What came first, the chicken or the egg? And I looked at him. I said, "What? You're kidding me, right?" No. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I said, "Well, what came first was sentient energy, which is spirit. That just the first time it happened, it just came to be into being through happenstance." And then animal essence was created out of that, and animal essence went to a planet and then talked to the planet and said, "I want to build these bodies." And so that the planet and animal essence frequencies made a chicken, and then that chicken laid the egg. That's who came first,
Mm.
sentient energy.
Mm.
And they were so happy, so smart. I got him now. He thinks he's so damn smart. I'm not. I'm stupid, but I just know the simple truth of things.
Yeah.
Of most things. I don't know the simple truth of building a rocket or anything like that. I'm not here for that anyway.
Mm.
Building motors, engines. Man, I did really well. Got things going. I was not allowed, as soon as I was getting the money together to start building some nice motors for myself and get known in that business, it was taken away from me. I had other things happen to me that took me away. And, running, in spite of my lung disease, my heart issues, I could run like a son of a bitch, but I'd always be in the top 10%, but no more. Everything I was doing, well, the sports, but that's because I wasn't here for that.
Mm.
Nothing could be allowed to take me too far away from what I was doing. I loved driving a car, man. I was just like part of the car.
Mm.
But then when I started kicking it harder on around the curves, I had anxiety build up inside, and I'm like, "What the hell? What's this about?" I ain't no wuss. It was done to me
Mm.
to keep me from getting too much into racing.
Yes.
So I'd race with other guys, haul ass, and just have a blast running them down in the road. Not physically running them over,
No,
but
no,
I mean
no. Yeah.
racing on the road, on
Yeah.
the street, on the track. But and I was kept from ever getting too far because we all have our basic jobs for the most part. Not everyone, but all of us involved in this.
Mm.
Brigitte's going to be really happy. Her and her children are going to be out flying all over the universe, going to different planets, seeing different people and everything. So many people are worried about, well, my children, and what are they going to have for school to go to and everything. The best training that anyone could have, or learning, or type of school, is the ETs.
Yes.
Deanna and mine's children, all of us have ET children, and I don't know if you have any. I can't see, and if it's not imperative, I don't get any help seeing anything,
Mm-hmm.
because it's leaving time. That no more physical functioning besides the minimum necessary on my way home.
Mm.
Okay, with that, I'm getting shut down. It's time for you to leave anyway, is what I'm being told. Um, anyway. Well, all I can say is what I've been saying for years. It's coming. It's so close now. I can't even see. I'm mentally shot.
Mm.
There's nothing left. Time to go back to my lazy boy and try to find a crack in the sphere so I can get out of here. All right, man. Look, hang in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So tired of telling everybody that, but I don't know what else to say.
It's not forever, so we can do that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's not, and it's right here. It's just trying to get it to happen. I can't push anything, and it's starting to come together. I mean, it's happening.
On
I just
schedule. Yeah. Mm. Because you were seeing May the 2nd a week ago, and you were saying 4 days from now is May the 2nd. So
yeah, there was something. It's coming. It's happening.
mm.
But what I actually am is growing on the other side. It's coming together. It's just not fully awake. The closer I am to leaving this body, the more my energy and the other side is asleep.
Okay.
So it's like shut down and then wake up as myself. It's basically what Gaia was telling me. Gaia and Lily, my personal Lily, have been explaining things just the past 48, it's not quite 48 hours, last day and a half about. Lily said that you're just going to start, I'll loosely start, sometimes it sounds like you're underwater when you're hearing something. She said you'll start going there and you're just, you know, fading away. And Guy was saying you're just going to be taken away.
Mm.
You just get pulled out of it and you just knock out, and then you're for a short moment you're nowhere, and then you wake up as yourself. The body's dead right next to you.
Mm.
And there's more to it than that, but I'm being read the instructions for the body dying.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be funny if I got out of here May 1st,
Mm-hmm.
5-1, or actually 1-5, the self is moved. But it's it's happening. I'll be basically a drooling numbnut here in a moment.
Okay.
And that's good. I need to be gone. Yeah, I can't even talk anymore.
Okay. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, uh, I'm doing everything I can, but it's all about to happen. And finally, long overdue. But the main thing is the train got there and we left.
Yes.
And then I'll take care of everything. I know I understand much more about who I am outside of body. And I've watched myself fix everything just like I was, playing cards and playing solitaire and cards and pulled out the next card and placed it. Everything has a place, and
Mm.
I understand. I don't have the knowledge of everything, but I have the understanding of what I need to do, and I see myself come out and I just do it with no aggression, no
Mm-hmm.
animosity, no nothing. Just do it and fix creation. That's what it's all about.
Mm. Mm.
Protect and serve. All right, big guy. You have a good one, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you soon.
Cheers. Bye now.
Goodbye.